You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Coming up, we'll tell you why Northport police say talk of possible threats at a middle school were not credible.
Plus, wildfires in California continue to burn this morning. We'll tell you what crews are doing to try and extinguish the blaze.
And we'll tell you why a local company is working on new technology that can detect explosive material. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. And good morning, folks. Up to Thursday now. It is the 15th day of the month. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jess Dowdrick. Friday Eve. There's some cooler weather in store, so whether you're a fan of it or whether you're not, it may be good or bad news for you. But for more on that, let's head over to First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi.
Like we said yesterday, I think a few people will want to be running their heaters this weekend even, so be sure yours is in good working order before you flip that switch, because our temperatures are going to fall down, well, in some cases in inland areas into the 40s this weekend. So big, significant changes in our weather. We have a few scattered areas of drizzle, mostly out in Gulf waters right now. The stuff over land is kind of dissipated, and I think as we head into the next few hours, we'll see less and less rainfall around. The ones over Manatee County have dissipated. For today, look for a daytime high that tops out early and then falling temperatures this afternoon. We'll talk more about it in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Let's talk about First Alert traffic right now. And in Manatee County, a little blip there on 14th Street West southbound as you cross over 53rd, also known as State Road 70. Fruitville Road has some buildup there in the eastbound lane. You have to get past I-75. Clark Road westbound around Lockwood Ridge. And then our final map to the south will show nothing right now in the red, just some congestion 41 southbound as you head toward Jacaranda. New this morning, a grisly discovery last night in eastern Manatee County.
It happened in Mayaca City around 11:30 last night when a witness called to report an unknown man found set on fire on the west side of MJ Road. EMS put out the flames and the victim was later pronounced dead. Detectives are not sure how the victim got to the location in the first place, but if you have any information on the case, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS. Developing overnight in North Sarasota, deputies are investigating a shooting that left at least one man injured. Deputies first responded to shots fired around 8 o'clock last night on 18th Street. When they arrived, the suspect ran off heading northbound toward Tuttle Avenue. Our crews were on the scene moments after that happened. Deputies set up a perimeter and a helicopter were circling the area looking for that suspect. A possible suspect was later detained on Euclid Avenue, less than half a mile from where the incident happened. Deputies say another man was found injured nearby and taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital. His condition still unknown.
An update now out of Northport, where police say talk of a possible threat at a middle school was not credible. Northport police posted on their Twitter page saying they received several calls naming Woodland Middle as a possible target. A suspicious email was discovered in Charlotte County earlier in the week that made threats toward other Florida schools as well, but that turned out to be a false alarm. Police believe the message began somehow in Canada. Right now, we're getting dramatic new video of those deadly wildfires in California.
Firefighters battling the massive blaze fueled by strong winds, but as ABC's Will Carr explains, officials are afraid of what they could still discover as they pick through the debris.
Fueled by perfect fire conditions,
these winds are really roaring.
The Sierra fire scorching more than 100 acres in San Bernardino County. Flames exploding across California for the past week. Argio Benitez reporting from the destruction.
So many people here in Southern California haven't been able to get back into their neighborhoods to see their homes. But when they do, this is what they might see. Home after home just leveled, an entire community wiped out.
North of Sacramento, the Butte County town of Paradise, now a wasteland.
There are potentially over 100 people that were killed in Butte, potentially.
Members of the National Guard wearing protective white suits joining search teams combing more than 60 square miles.
You can hear the National Guard sifting through the twisted steel on this burned down property. This is a targeted search. A family has called and said, "You may potentially find my loved one on this property."
Moments later, a deafening silence. The Guard discovering remains buried in the rubble. An anthropologist brought in, those bones animal, not human.
What is your message to the families with people still missing?
To let us know if they do locate their loved one.
One town over, a reunion.
How long did you stand in line to get your mail?
Good hour.
Paradise residents snaking around the block in front of the Chico post office. For many, the mail, their only possession.
It means so much because I honestly came out of it with the clothes on my back.
With the potential for the death toll to double, residents won't be allowed into Paradise to see this destruction until the search for the missing is over. Even then, the community may take years to rebuild and may not ever be the same. In Paradise, California, Will Carr, ABC News.
For updates on this story and breaking news and First Alert weather, check out our app under WWSB or under My Suncoast.
Happening in Florida, authorities north of Orlando are trying to figure out why a man had extremely explosive materials inside of his home. Multiple agencies were called to a home in Lake Helen. They say they found jars containing a highly volatile substance. Investigators say the man who lives in the home, Jared Coburn, told them he was using it to make homemade fireworks.
It is highly volatile. Al-Qaeda has dubbed this chemical the mother of Satan. It has been used in terror attacks all over the world.
Authorities had to bury the explosive materials at the site before later detonating them. Coburn is facing a charge for manufacturing an explosive device and could also face additional charges.
Meantime, a local company is showing off new technology they say could save lives. The Trace ID company put on a show and tell for students yesterday at State College of Florida. Here's how it works. When you wipe the product on a suspicious item, it'll turn purple if explosives are involved. We talked to the company's research director and then a student after the demonstration.
Anytime we can add another layer of safety to traveling or to the general public at events and concerts, it's a tremendous thing.
It was really nice getting to see our work come into play, from something as small as equations on a board to products in our hands that we were testing. It was just nice to get to go from start to finish.
SCF's been doing this program now for several years to get more students involved in science, technology, engineering, and math careers. And Trace ID's product is now being tested for use by TSA and Homeland Security.
Only in Florida, a woman in St. Petersburg is accused of stealing a live lobster out of a tank at Red Lobster. Police say Kimberly Pudlack reached into the tank, grabbed it, and ran out of the restaurant. Deputies were called and confronted her, at which point she had already lost track of that live lobster. Pudlack told the deputy that she was blackout drunk and, quote, didn't care because she didn't do anything wrong. She's facing disorderly intoxication charges and theft. And police in Largo are searching for a man who dressed up as a woman before buying a French bulldog worth several $1,000s. Bryant Farfan used a stolen credit card and driver's license to buy the puppy from All About Puppies. If you've purchased a French bulldog from Farfan or know where he may be, you're asked to call Largo Police.
A follow-up now on a fight between two mothers at a Northport bus stop last week. Police are now charging this mother, 32-year-old Leslie Arguelles, with aggravated battery. Police say she confronted the other mother, who then fought back with a coffee mug, who actually cut Arguelles in the head and neck. The suspect then used a broken piece of the mug as a weapon, cutting the other mother. All this while students watched nearby at the bus stop. Still no word what they were fighting about.
Thanksgiving is just a week away, and while most families are looking forward to a hearty meal, others simply can't afford it. That's why local organizations are trying to provide food for those in need. Helping Hand in Englewood is a nonprofit social services agency that relies on donations, especially for the holidays. Their biggest contributor, the All Faiths Food Bank in Sarasota, was only able to give them 175 turkeys this year, short of what they actually need. But that's when local businesses stepped up with donations to make sure all of the families will have a holiday meal this year.
What makes a community strong. No matter what happens, we go through it together and we take care of each other. That is why I'm so passionate about it. So it doesn't matter if it's turkeys, if it's helping Christmas angels, if it's about helping Red Tide, whatever it is, it's our responsibility as a community to come together, and Englewood always does that.
There are several other Thanksgiving food drives happening this week across the Suncoast. You can find the details of all of them on our website, mysuncoast.com. Just look under the Help the Hungry section.
In fact, looking ahead to the weekend, the Sarasota YMCA will celebrate Thanksgiving early. They'll pass out more than 600 turkey dinners to families. That includes vegetables, a side, nice pie right there as well. So if you or you know of a family in need, you can visit the Sarasota Y Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. They'll pass out meals until noon. That's not a bad deal right there.
It's hard to believe that it's already Thanksgiving.
A week from today, I know.
But I guess the cooler temperatures will help make it feel like that time of year.
Today will help indeed. More on that in a second. First, still ahead, the winner is. We'll have the highlights of last night's big Country Music Awards in Nashville.
And coming up at 6:30, we'll have the latest on the Florida recount battle as today's statewide deadline looms, with most counties still counting.
6:09 right now, and as John had talked about, sure enough, a big change out there. Pretty sky, though, developing.
Beautiful.
Looks nice, but cold front arrived and some patchy drizzle out there. Kind of a dank, can I say dank, John? Dank, okay?
Yeah,
Right,
I
good.
think so.
Thank you.
The drizzle is in the process of kind of falling apart. And I think really if you get any of that drizzle, you'll be the exception, not the rule. As far as the school bus forecast goes, it's going to be kind of a cloudy sky, 70 for drop-off, 86. No, that should not read 86. Forget that. I don't know why it says 86. Should be more like when they get picked up today about, I'd say 65 degrees. The temperature will be dropping throughout the afternoon. I give it about a 8 out of 10 chance of an outside recess today. Not much of a problem, just mostly cloudy skies and cooler temperatures. I have the forecast in a minute.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. We're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Get more for your money during the Subaru Share the Love event at Sunset Subaru. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Now, lease a new Subaru Impreza for just $145 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
The ABC7 First Alert weather app just got even better. It's easy to use once you download it. First, tell the app to follow you, so you get alerts pinpointed to exactly where you are. Then customize your settings with all the places you go, from the beach to grandmother's house. Get accurate alerts for everyone you care about. You can even pick which weather alerts and categories you want and what they sound like. More ways to customize and more ways to keep your family safe. Download the ABC7 First Alert weather app today.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
69 in the air, temperature having fallen a few degrees over the course of the last few hours. North wind coming in at about 10. We're watching that wind shift increasingly to the north. As it does that, we'll start to see the wind shift from coming in over Gulf waters to shifting to coming in over land. That's critical because what that will do will be to kind of free up some of the clouds and basically bring in some drier air that allow those clouds to give way to a little bit more sunshine this afternoon. Right now, though, we still have plenty of cloud cover out there. North wind coming in at about 10 with a 65-degree dew point. The dew point value is falling. And so it's kind of a race between the moisture picked up by Gulf waters and the shifting winds and drier air sinking south in terms of just how much sunshine we get this afternoon. I am going to go with a little bit of sunshine this afternoon, and despite the fact that we get the sunshine, I don't think we'll get much in the way of warmer temperatures. Our temperatures will fall this afternoon. After having reached a daytime high around the noontime hour of about maybe 74 degrees, we'll watch that colder air start to plummet our temperatures into the lower 60s by the time we get to sunset. And overnight tonight, we'll be dropping down into the low 50s, so some significant changes. You don't have to cover your plants. It's not going to be anything like that, but certainly take care of your pets as they will get cold out there tonight if you leave them out of doors. Some scattered showers still in areas moving toward the eastern part of the state. We have highland showers right now, but for us, I think everything is kind of quieted down just a little bit. I'll still put in a chance of rainfall because there are a few scattered showers out in Gulf waters, and we may see a few of those kind of work their way closer to us, but it'll be more drizzle really than anything else. The showers to the north in the process of breaking apart as forecast. Don't really see that being a real problem for us. The front over us now continues to press south through the day. Drier air begins to filter in as winds shift to a more northerly direction, so the rains end under these cloudy skies this morning. We'll get some late day clearing, and then we'll get some much cooler weather coming in tonight. The futurecast shows what I'm talking about with that wind shift. Watch, as the showers push south, the winds begin to twist. As the winds begin to twist, it pushes that cloud cover back out into Gulf waters and allows the drier air to filter in. Hence, we get some sunny days in store for us over the next several days. In fact, as we head into tomorrow, I expect wall-to-wall full sunshine. I love this graphic. This gives you a really good idea of how the pattern shift that we experience in our weather here is going to affect our temperatures over the next several days. This is a computer-generated graphic. I went with 50 for an overnight low Friday night into Saturday morning, but 49 is what the computer shows. But anyway, the trend is clear. Temperatures will continue to fall for the next 2 days. They'll start to moderate a little bit, but still hold about 10 degrees cooler than we have, 10 to 15 degrees cooler than we have been experiencing over the last week, only coming in the low 60s. So, big changes coming up. Fire pit weather. We'll look for a northeast wind coming in at about 20. Getting a little bit lighter during the overnight. Rip current's a problem. Small craft advisory a problem. Over the next several days, rains in today, 74 the high early. And then tomorrow, 68 the high, dripping down to 50 before we head into a Saturday that features again more sunshine and slightly warmer temperatures. And even though the temperatures do warm some, we're still going to be in the 70s for the better part of next work week. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look now at first alert traffic as you head out the door this morning. You're seeing your usual delays in Manatee County on US 301 in both directions as you approach State Road 70. Other than that, nothing major to report. And in the northern half of Sarasota County, your usual delays on US 41 and US 301 at that intersection there. And in southern Sarasota County, there's nothing to report at 6:18 on your Thursday morning. In entertainment news, the biggest names in country music gathered in Tennessee last night to celebrate the year's best performances at the annual Country Music Awards.
ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has the highlights from Nashville.
Country music's biggest night.
Whatever makes us country.
Kicking off with a packed, star-studded stage and a moment of silence.
Tonight's show is lovingly dedicated to the 12 individuals whom we lost far too soon just a week ago tonight at the borderline in Thousand Oaks, California.
The CMA Awards hosted for the 11th consecutive year by Brad Paisley and Carrie Underwood.
You have really let yourself go.
Who revealed she's having a boy.
Willie, it's a Willie.
It was a night of fun and heartfelt performances.
You're stronger.
Along with honoring the biggest achievements in country music this year. Luke Combs taking home Best New Artist.
God, I love country music, man.
Casey Musgraves winning Album of the Year and the biggest awards closing out the night. Male vocalist
Chris Stapleton.
female vocalist,
Carrie Underwood.
This means so much. Thank you.
and Entertainer of the Year.
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban hasn't won that award in 13 years. You could see how shocked he was. He just told me the other day he hadn't even started thinking about what he might say in his acceptance speech if he won. In Nashville, Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News.
So did you break curfew last night?
For about half hour. I didn't
You
make
watched?
it very long, and I'm not going to lie, I have goosebumps now watching that story, knowing who won. Can't
Yeah.
wait to catch up later. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll tell you where an investigation is underway looking into claims that a white lecturer called police on a black student, all for allegedly having her feet on a seat.
And at 6:30, an update on parking meters arriving in St. Armand's Circle will tell you how the city began training those who work in the circle. Here's a live shot right now from California. This is Calabasas, where there's been 435 houses destroyed, 96,000 acres, only 35% contained. The death toll continues to rise out there.
It's absolutely heartbreaking to look at that rubble and the devastation and watch people pick through it looking for, the remains of people. We'll be right back with more news after this.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Experience true automotive luxury at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
It's year-end clearance time at every Gettle location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Gettle.com. And Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Gettle dealership near you. Gettle's got it. At Gettle.com.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit helpsavethenextgirl.com and get involved.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Welcome back. An investigation is underway at the University of Texas at San Antonio, looking into claims that a white lecturer called police on a black student for allegedly having her feet on a seat.
ABC's Steve Osunsami has both sides.
In this morning's GMA First Look, this was Biology 2053 at the University of Texas in San Antonio on Monday. For reasons students say they didn't understand, faculty member Anita Moss called on school police to remove this young black woman from class. All of this is allegedly because of something that happened during class the previous week. Students say the student that was removed had her feet up on a chair, which upset the faculty member. That's when the teacher asked the student to remove her feet, and by all accounts, she did. A school investigation found that Dr. Moss then attempted to send this email to the student saying she wasn't allowed back into class until the two had talked. But the school says the teacher sent the note to the wrong person. So on Monday, when the student showed up, the teacher calls security. We'll have more into the school's investigation into this matter at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Steve Osinsami, ABC News, Atlanta.
Introducing Flawless Brows from Finishing Touch, the new gold standard and first precision hair remover that instantly and painlessly sweeps away unwanted hair.
I see a hair that I don't want and I'm able to erase it.
And with an 18-karat gold-plated head, Flawless Brows is hypoallergenic and erases unwanted hair below, above, and between the brows. It's gentle and safe to the touch. Get yours at getflawlessbrows.com.
Harry's meeting clients from far away, but they only see his wrinkles. If only Harry used some bounce to dry, he would be a less wrinkly winning guy.
Oh, look. Another anti-wrinkle cream in no hurry to make anything happen. Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair works in just 1 week with the fastest retinol formula to visibly reduce wrinkles. Neutrogena.
Happy Honda Days are here, and you're gonna like the holiday clearance savings. Save on the Accord, on sale for just $249 a month. That's the North American car of the year for less than the competition. Our most impressive Honda ever, on clearance for only $249 a month, loaded with more options, including a turbocharged engine and Honda Sensing. Do not miss these Honda clearance savings this week at your local Honda dealer.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework.
He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's just gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Coming up, one ballot at a time. We'll have the latest as the statewide recount continues ahead of this afternoon's deadline.
Plus, a controversial project at US 41 and Stickney Point Road is up for debate this afternoon. We'll have a live preview.
And parking meters in St. Armand Circle, it's one step closer to a reality. We'll tell you when you can expect to pay to park. Those stories plus your first alert forecast coming up this half hour. Good Morning Suncoast. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jess Dowdrick. It's 6:30 on your Friday Eve.
Friday Eve, that's right. I'm Ray Collins. And just in time for this cold front, John Scalzi has a cold. Company man.
I do. Forgive my voice, please, this morning. We have a few scattered showers out in Gulf waters. I don't think there'll be a big problem for your morning commute. I'm not giving much of a rain chance this morning, maybe 20% at worst. There's certainly some showers to the north of us, but those are going to kind of fizzle out before they ever make it to us. The front is through. Heaviest of the rains pushed south. We are looking at a slow, gradual clearing trend now as a lot of the deep south and the Ohio Valley stretching into the northeast sees wintry weather. Could be some airport delays for us locally as we head out on airplane travel to the northeast quadrants. We're looking for some cooler temperatures tonight. We'll talk about those in just a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Let's check the traffic right now, however. In Manatee County, some buildup there on 301 as you approach downtown Bradenton. Otherwise, not too bad. Farther south, here's the scene. Fruitville Road, some congestion, mostly east of I-75, 41 northbound as you head toward Siesta Drive and Weber. And South County, mostly clear at 6:31 on this Thursday morning. The clock is ticking toward a 3 p.m. ballot recount deadline in Florida.
Counties across the state are scrambling to complete ballot recounts from the midterm election that will determine the next U.S. Senator, Governor, and Agriculture Commissioner. Barring a last-minute court-mandated extension, Florida continues to face a 3 o'clock deadline to wrap up their machine counts. Unofficial results may bring a conclusion to the governor's race, where Republican Ron DeSantis leads Democrat Andrew Gillum by 0.41 percentage points. And in the U.S. Senate race, Republican Governor Rick Scott is slightly ahead of Democrat Bill Nelson by 0.14 percentage points. But several counties have warned that they may not be able to make today's deadline.
And here on the Suncoast, despite an error earlier this week in Manatee County, officials there expect to be done on time. Sarasota finished yesterday, they say. There are still several lawsuits right now across the state that might delay today's deadline. But as of right now, it's still today, 3 o'clock. Due to the recount efforts, Northport Commissioner-elect Pete Emmerich's swearing-in ceremony is being postponed until Monday. For the latest on the recount, plus breaking news and your up-to-minute forecast, check out our app. It's under WWSB or My Suncoast. New developments now on the Siesta Promenade project. It would sit on the corner of US 41 and Stickney Point Road if approved. It has sat vacant now for 10 years since a gas station was knocked down there for a previous project.
But now Benderson Development wants to build condos, shops, and a restaurant on the corner lot and call it the Siesta Promenade. ABC 7's Marla Spence has a preview of today's County Planning Commission meeting and what it could mean for the future of this project. Marla.
Yeah, Jess and Ray, this is a very controversial project. Later on today, Benderson Development will be meeting with Sarasota County's Planning Commission on its plans to bring a major retail, hotel, and housing development right here on this property, and it'll be known as Siesta Promenade. Now, Siesta Promenade has been in the works for some years now. Today, at that planning meeting, Benderson will present their updates on the project. Then the public will have a chance to voice their concerns. Benderson wants to build 414 apartment units, a 130-room hotel, and retail shops made of 140 square feet. Now, the entire project will cover about 24 acres of this property, and Benderson also says Siesta Promenade will create over 250 jobs and $10 million in tax revenue. The only issue here is that some people who live in this area oppose the idea.
My concern is getting off and on the key. You know, I mean, it's usually horrible during season, but it's getting to be more year-round. And now I'm concerned that with the additional development, which we're not stopping what they are allowed to do, but the substantial increase they're looking for is going to add so much traffic onto the key that it's going to be hard for me to get off and on the key. And God forbid there is an emergency.
And then other people in this area also concerned that this development will be too close to their property, which is just feet away. They're also concerned that traffic will be directed into their neighborhoods on their already narrow streets. Now, many of those concerned citizens say that they will be at that planning meeting today at 5 p.m. The next time Benderson will meet with the county will be December 12th. Reporting in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Marla, thank you. Starting next year, parking will no longer be free along St. Armand Circle. Visitors will have to pay to park in the city's iconic shopping and dining district beginning in early January. The city plans to install a combination of pay stations and single-space parking meters next month. On-street paid parking will start once the Circle's new parking garage is open.
Parking meters in the prime areas, that is the Circle and the extensions just off the Circle, are $1.50 per hour. The perimeter areas are $1 per hour, and then in the surface lot off Fillmore, it's 75 cents an hour. The parking garage, believe it or not, is only 50 cents an hour.
Lyons says the new pay stations will be easy to use and that the transition to paid parking should be seamless.
Caught on camera, a man trying to rob a convenience store in West Braden. Look at this video here, very clear shot of him. Deputies say this man walked into the 7-Eleven on Tuesday night and told the clerk he had a gun and demanded cash in the drawer. The clerk hit an emergency button, and that's when the man took off and ran in an unknown direction. If you recognize him, please call the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. City of Venice also now cracking down on skimming devices at gas stations. Even though it's already against the law across Florida, the city wants to make harsher laws with more consequences. The mayor of Venice wants the city staff to draft an ordinance based on the city of Punta Gorda's law. You might recall last September, Punta Gorda adopted an ordinance requiring city gas stations to upgrade their pump security.
And deputies say an off-duty canine accidentally attacked a Manatee County teacher. The sheriff's office says a deputy was dropping off his son at Imagine Charter School when the teacher opened the back door of the marked canine vehicle. That's when the canine bit the teacher. Deputies say the canine caused 2 minor punctures to the teacher's abdomen, and he was taken to the hospital. Injuries were not considered serious, and the incident is now under investigation.
Manatee County has added potentially life-saving advancements to its 911 services. It's called Rapid SOS. It gives them an accurate call location from a cell phone and does it within 6 yards of accuracy. Now, as long as they're on their own phone, it constantly updates the location every 10 seconds if the phone is moving. Now, they're also talking to 6 surrounding counties, including Sarasota, about this emergency communications, which is much needed, the chief there says.
When they were trying to figure out how to get this information, this call location data to 911 centers, we were on it. This is that important, we believe. An accurate call location with a cell phone has never been done before. So when we were able to get that data, we wanted to be right on top of it to be able to receive accurate call location.
And they're also working with Uber, so if you dial 911 from your Uber app while riding in the back of a car, they get the location of the vehicle, the driver's name, and the license plate.
Red tide may be better than it has been in recent months, but it's still in the minds of some people across the Suncoast. Today, Sarasota County's University of Florida Extension Office is hosting a panel of experts to talk about the science behind the harmful algae blooms and the ongoing impacts of red tide across the state. Topics will include stormwater management, climate change, blue-green algae, and overflow from Lake Okeechobee. It's all free and runs this afternoon from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Ringling College Auditorium. And remember, you can find all of our red tide coverage, including answers to your most asked questions, online at mysuncoast.com. Just click on Red Tide.
Also today, Manatee County is hosting their 4th annual Small Business Expo. At least 20 local businesses will be at the expo. It'll give business owners a chance to network and promote their products and services to each other, as well as share job openings available in the area. It starts at 9:30 this morning and lasts until noon at the Downtown Central Library in Bradenton. Sounds like a good event out there. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll tell you why the government says fewer people are signing up now for Obamacare.
And we'll have the latest on Michael Avenatti, who's speaking out for the first time since he was arrested on domestic violence charges.
It is 6:39 on this Thursday morning. You'll go outside and feel a big difference out there. The sky might look pretty in this shot, but it is a little misty in some spots and much chillier, John.
Yes, we are headed to some much chillier weather down the road as some colder air begins to filter in. I have not clicked the inclement weather boxes, including rain, because I don't think, despite the fact that we had some half-inch and three-quarter-inch overnight rains, I don't think rain is going to be a problem this morning. Slippery roadways might. There still might be some water standing out there and some puddles on some of your roadways. Cloud, maybe a little bit of drizzle for the next hour or two, maybe. Probably not. Mostly cloudy skies as you drive home this afternoon. Maybe a little peek at the sun as well. We'll start to see a little bit of drier air filtering in tonight and some much cooler temperatures. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. None of the airport hubs, despite the fact that there's a winter storm moving through parts of the Northeast, are showing any airport delays, according to the FAA. Your forecast in a minute.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It's a brand given life by craftsmen with seductive Italian styling. The Alfa Romeo Giulia, Stelvio.
Get yours at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
69-degree air temperature. We have a dew point value coming in at 65. We'll be watching that dew point value continuously dip as we head into the next, probably 12 to 14 hours. We'll also watch the temperatures begin to fall off. First, though, as dawn breaks, we may gain another couple of degrees to our temperatures, but eventually the colder air draining south on that north wind will win out and those temperatures will begin to fall as we head into the afternoon, and they will continue to fall as we head into the night. By 3 p.m. our temperature will be about 68 degrees, 64 by 7 p.m. Rain chances will probably be gone by then, and then as we head into the overnight, we'll dip into the 50s, low 50s. In fact, we'll see some upper 40s in inland areas, and we're not done yet. Tomorrow night will probably be even colder. Watch the temperature trend, low temperature trend for the next several nights. You know, after tonight's temperature, we'll get even cooler Friday night into Saturday morning, and then we'll start to moderate the temperatures a little bit as we start to shift the winds around to a more northeasterly direction, and that will tend to keep us in the low 60s for the week ahead. But still, that's a big difference compared to what we have seen over the last week to 10 days when we have nighttime temperatures in the lower 70s. So significant changes. Daytime high temperatures will also be much cooler. We're not looking at much in the way of rainfall across the region, and like I say, the rain chance is minimal. You may still find some ponded water on roadways because of overnight rains, which in some cases were 3/4 of an inch in a short period of time. So in poor drainage areas, there could be still some water left over. Watch for that. Otherwise, the line of showers that we had to the north as forecast is beginning to break apart right now. The energy associated with that lifting off to the north and to the east, and the drier air sinking southward, kind of limiting the number of showers that we get from that. Cloud cover still around as that front sinks southward. The high pressure ridge builds in. The winds out of the northeast, as they have been, have produced a little bit of cloud cover because of the colder air running over the warm, relatively warmer Gulf waters. Those are called cold air clouds, and they tend to give a kind of a uniform blanket appearance to the sky with a few holes in it. We'll see more and more breaks in those clouds as we head into the afternoon, because the dry air will begin to mix in and the winds will start to shift to a more northerly direction. They already are starting. Winds, the rains that we have seen will basically fall apart by noontime, if we see any until then, under mostly cloudy skies. And then much, much cooler tonight. Watch the futurecast. It'll show you quite clearly the effect of that northerly wind flow switching to a northeasterly wind flow on our cloud pattern. It kind of pushes those clouds back out into Gulf waters and gives us a pretty sunny Friday. Tomorrow will be a beautiful day, I think, just a little bit on the cooler side. Otherwise, I think we're looking at some pretty nice conditions right straight through the week ahead. Satellite view shows that cloud cover, shows the holes in the clouds as well. We're in kind of one of those periods right now where we have a few more holes, and we're getting a little nice glimpse of the sunrise, but I think we'll also cloud up again pretty short order. By the way, if you were wondering what happened to that system that might have developed into Patty, it's gone. We're not looking at that to show any signs of development from this point forward. It's off the maps. We're looking at a north wind coming in at about 20, decreasing in intensity tonight. Rip current's a problem today. Small craft advisory up through this evening. So obviously for boating sports and water recreation, not a great day. We have a 74 as a high temp today. We may have actually already reached our high temperature. And then as we head into tonight, 52, we'll go with about 50 with some 40s in inland areas tomorrow night after a daytime high of 60 in full sunshine. Next several days will feature some full sunshine with moderating temperatures by the time we get to Sunday, and that high kind of scoots off the Atlantic coast. But we'll stay in the 70s right straight through most of the upcoming work week. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look now at your first alert traffic. In Manatee County, you're seeing some slowdowns on State Road 64 as you head westbound away from US 41. Your usual delays on US 301 in both directions near the State Road 70 intersection. And in Sarasota County, you're seeing some delays if you're heading eastbound on Bee Ridge Road just after you pass over I-75. Other than that, your usual slowdowns on US 41 in Osprey. And in southern Sarasota County, there's nothing major to report at 6:47 on your Thursday morning. In HealthSmart, new guidelines suggest all adults should be screened for unhealthy alcohol use.
The U.S. Preventative Services Task Force says doctors should also provide brief counseling to help big drinkers cut back. For men ages 21 to 64, unhealthy alcohol use is about 14 drinks in a week. For women and men who are over 64, too much drinking is 7 drinks in a week.
And fewer people are rushing to sign up for Obamacare for 2019. Data shows that nearly 1.2 million Americans selected plans in the first 10 days of open enrollment this year, compared to nearly 1.5 million in the first 11 days of last year. In most states, this year's enrollment runs through December 15th. Starting in 2019, people will no longer face a penalty for not having health insurance. Congress effectively eliminated the individual mandate by reducing the penalty to $0 as part of the 2017 tax cut bill. Right now, adult film star Stormy Daniels' attorney, Michael Avenatti, is speaking out for the first time since he was arrested on domestic violence charges.
ABC's Kenneth Moten has the story.
Overnight, attorney Michael Avenatti out on a $50,000 bond defending himself after he was arrested, charged with felony domestic violence.
I have never struck a woman. I never will strike a woman. I have been an advocate for women's rights my entire career.
The alleged victim, unidentified. Los Angeles police have released few details, only saying the alleged incident happened Tuesday, tweeting, "This is an ongoing investigation, and we will provide more details as they become available."
I am looking forward to a full investigation, at which point I am confident that I will be fully exonerated.
Avenatti's profile has skyrocketed this year. The California attorney who represents adult film star Stormy Daniels in her legal back and forth with President Trump has become a fiery, outspoken critic of the president. This morning, both Avenatti's estranged wife and his first wife are coming to his defense, saying he was never violent with them. Ex-wife Christine Avenatti Carlin said in a statement, "Michael has always been a loving, kind father to our 2 daughters and husband. He has never been abusive to me or anyone else. He is a very good man." Avenatti, who's due in court on his charge next month, has said he's exploring a presidential run in 2020. But his legal trouble is already leading to political problems. The Vermont Democratic Party canceled an event with Avenatti this weekend. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
The White House staffer that the First Lady spoke against has been demoted. Mira Rickerdell is no longer Deputy National Security Advisor. She'll now transition to another role within the administration, but no word yet what it is. She was in the hot seat earlier this week after an apparent spat between Rickerdell and the First Lady's staff during a recent trip to Africa. Up next, your top 7 headlines before 7 a.m. But first, here is a peek at the nation's capital.
It's a chilly 36 degrees there this morning. Rain and snow. You can even see the snow laying on the top of the Capitol there.
Yeah.
We're calling it chilly weather here, but even chillier weather up north there. We'll be right back. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
It's year-end clearance time at every Gettle location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Gettle.com. And Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Gettle dealership near you. Gettle's got it. At Gettle.com.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
No need to wait. Get the best Black Friday deals right now during the Black Friday sales event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Like KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica for just $22,999. Or save big and get the new Chrysler 300 Touring with an MSRP over $30,000 for just $21,999. That's a savings of over $8,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
Where to go and what to do in Birmingham, Alabama. Personalized just for you. Find your sweet spots at alabama.travel/sweetspot.
When ABC7 declares a first alert weather day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a first alert weather day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A first alert weather day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Welcome back. Here are the top 7 things you need to know before you head out the door at 7 o'clock.
First off, John Scalzi's first alert weather forecast.
Yeah, we had some pretty good rains overnight. Al in Northport got 1/10 of an inch of rain. Scott and Pinecraft got 3/4. So did Jeff in Laurel Park. But the rains have pretty much now since ended. We're looking at quieter conditions. But boy, will temperatures be affected. Over the week ahead, we'll watch our temperatures drop down into the 70s with overnight lows tonight in the lower 50s. Now, I think Friday night into Saturday morning will probably be our coldest night of the week, with many places seeing temperatures that drop down to near 50 and into the upper 40s as well. Back to you.
Get your fall wardrobe out, huh?
It's ready.
Let's check first alert traffic right now. Plenty of congestion there from Palmetto into downtown Bradenton. No major accidents right now. Just take it slowly. Might be some wet roads out there this morning.
Number 3, the clock is ticking toward a 3 p.m. ballot recount deadline in Florida. Counties across the state are scrambling to complete ballot recounts from last week's midterm election. But supervisors of election in Manatee and Sarasota counties say local counts should be complete on time.
Number 4, Manatee County Sheriff deputies are investigating a grisly homicide last night in Mayaca City. They arrived and found a man on fire.
Number 5, a man is shot on 18th Street in Sarasota County. Deputies say the shooter ran off but was later arrested on Euclid Avenue, less than half a mile from the incident. The victim is at Sarasota Memorial Hospital.
Number 6, the search is on for this man who tried to rob a 7-Eleven in Northwest Bradenton Tuesday night. Deputies say he ran off when the clerk pushed an emergency button.
Finally, number 7, what's trending? Jewelry that once belonged to Marie Antoinette, the last queen of France before the French Revolution, has just sold at auction for big bucks. An exceptional diamond and pearl pendant was the collection's main attraction, selling for a record $36 million, even though it was estimated for less than $2 million. There was also a pendant that included a diamond brooch, which sold for more than $2 million, and a ring with woven strands of Antoinette's hair, which went for around $440,000. I think even if I had enough money to purchase those items, I would be too afraid because I'd be afraid I would lose them. They have so much value and they're so small.
That's not where I'd spend my money, John. How about you?
I think a necklace is ironic.
That's right. She lived till 38. 6:56. Thank you for watching Good Morning Suncoast.
Good Morning America is coming up next. Have a wonderful day.